allegations. Husbands or wives are out making allegations against the other parent, then the court will sometimes order an evaluation for someone to take a closer look. And so the evaluator will gather records, child protective service records, police records, counseling records, school records on the kids, medical records, interview the children, observe the families, how the child interacts with each parent.
How does this one with mediation? Because some people, I mean, it would be separate. If you were doing mediation, these are different people, different information, so that they're compartmentalized, so that people don't have to worry about the mediation.
Right.
Okay,
if someone's been a mediator, then they would not be the evaluator on the case. And whereas mediators can't make any kinds of recommendations, evaluators, that is their job. They will make a recommendation to the court as to who the children should be with and when, and what kind of legal custody should be.
And once that gets to the court, once again, how binding is that? Does the court usually accept that as well?
Well, again, that's up to the judge, and it's just one of the factors that the judge takes into account. And so, for the most part, the judges will go with what the evaluator recommends, but by no means is it a slam dunk.
Okay.
You know, it definitely is up to the judge, and it's just one of the factors that the judges factor in as they make their decision.
On that program, there are others, the evaluations, the mediation, and all those things, the parenting education programs I wanted to get back to in terms of telling us a little bit about that, because that's virtually mandatory in every single divorce with their children,
right.
or younger children.
Since 1997, January is when we started. It became mandatory in Arizona that anyone who had a child that was going through divorce action needed to attend a mandatory parent education program. And so in our office, in our county, we contracted that program for many years, and then just last July 1st we brought that program in-house, and so the counselors and the mediators are the same people who run that divorce education parenting program, which has been really a wonderful thing, I think, because these are the things we hear every day in our offices, the concerns that parents have. We see how their conflict affects their kids, and so the presenters for that program really can speak from their heart and give some good stories about what they see happening between the parents and for the kids. And so we've been doing that for the last year, and about 4,000 people a year come through that program, and it costs $27 for people to, they pay this fee to attend the parent education program. And it's really a good course.
How long is the course, and what's a little bit of the content of the course?
It's about 3.5 hours.
Total?
And
one session? They just come on for one session?
They come one time. The statute says that the class can be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, but we find that 3.5 hours is about what people can tolerate, sit and go through. We involve some films. We show films so that people can see how kids talk about how it affects them, and that's always a powerful part of the class. And there's just certain things that we have to cover in the class. We talk about community resources that are out there. We talk about the services through our office. We talk about other services that are available in the community, like collaborative divorce. We talk about how important it is to use attorneys, and we talk about how divorce affects kids. That's the main focus of the class, is what parents can or can't do to make it an easier process for themselves and for their children.
Any quick tips on how to make it easier for the kids?
Well, not to involve them. It's really important not to put the kids in the middle, and to let the kids know that it's not their fault. Keep the kids really out of the conflict, and not just, you know, they can do that in a variety of ways, just not talking badly about the other parent. And really, oftentimes people don't know that it's really important to give kids permission to continue to love that other parent, you know, because sometimes parents won't even talk about the other parent. And that other parent is still an important part of the kids' life.
How do you get them not to say bad things about the other parent? That's always been a real problem, it seems to me. What's the secret on that one?
Well, we often tell parents that you have to remember that your child is a part of both of you. And so anytime that you are talking badly about the other parent, you're really talking badly about the child themselves, because that child is made up of both of you. And sometimes, you know, the films are very good at portraying how kids get caught in the middle. And oftentimes people get tearful when they see how the kids are caught in the middle, and the film shows how it hurts when somebody talks badly or argues. Do
you actually see, I mean, results that you can point to on these things?
Yeah, I think we do. We have heard from the judges that some of the parents come into court and say that the class has really helped them. They're doing things differently. Some of the mediators have said that people that come through mediation are saying that the course was helpful and kind of turned their thinking. And I think, you know, oftentimes everybody's human when they go through a divorce. it's kind of natural that they think the only way to get through it is to talk badly. And unless you educate people that they don't need to do that we all make mistakes, you've done it now, but you can't, even if you need to do that, don't do it in front of the kids. You know, talk to a friend, go seek a counselor in order to frustration and your feelings of anger, because that's all normal, but just don't do it in front of the kids.
If, Grace, somebody wasn't getting divorced but they wanted to take the parenting course, could they do that?
They could. They just need to call our office and we can register them, and they can pay the $27 and go through the class. Which
reminds me again, take the bottom of your screen, that's our website. If you want more information about Grace, the Conciliation Court, about our program, go to there and we'll be happy. Hopefully it's there. If it's not, we'll get the information for you. When you're attending this class, Grace, the parents both go at the same time, different times? How does that work?
We actually set up so that they cannot go to the class at the same time. We find it's easier for people to focus and listen to the material if they're not worried about the other person being in the class, and also just for safety reasons. So parents are definitely in 2 separate classes.
If they want to attend this class together,
yeah, we
can't do it.
Don't allow
Interesting.
It. Yeah.
And I've seen that I've seen it done both ways throughout the nation. So,
yeah.
And that's a question that comes up. The question I also hear about parenting education all the time too is that the people will say, "I'm a good parent. You know, why do I have to take this course?"
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, and you know, I think it's probably a fair question, except that when you're going through a divorce, no matter how great a parent you are, there's things that you can learn, and it's important that parents learn that information. And also, we talk to them about the legal process and give them information to help them kind of make their way through the court system. And so, even people that think, you know, I don't need this, usually walk out of that class feeling like they got something.
Grace, so we're actually beginning to run out of time. I can't believe it because it goes so quickly. Could you quickly tell me your office is?
Sure. We are located downtown at 32 North Stone in the Legal Services Building, and that's located on the corner of Stone and Pennington, and we're on the 17th floor of that building.
Grace, I want to thank you very much. It's been a very informative program, and you've been very helpful. I hope people got a lot of information on it. I want to thank you for being on Divorce TV and talking about the Conciliation Court. I've learned a lot, and I said hopefully everybody else has learned a lot also. Divorce TV with Wally Marcus.